So, good evening and welcome everyone to this session 2 of Raising Consciousness series. So, जैसे कि कल हमने डिस्कस किया था इस सीरीज के जरिए one of the efforts or objective will be to learn simple techniques or tools जिसके माध्यम से हम अपने कॉन्शियसनेस को डे टू डे लाइफ में एलिवेट कर पाए जिसके हेल्प से या एज अ इफेक्ट ऑफ दैट we will be able to solve our life problems या लाइफ के जो challenges हैं उसको बेहतर या more skillfully हम लोग सॉल्व कर पाएंगे. So इस सेशन की शुरुआत जो है हम एक शॉर्ट प्रेयर से करेंगे. So you can maybe let's do the great invocation जो हमने कल भी किया था. So because great invocation जो है ये एक न्यूट्रल प्रेयर है, इसका किसी रिलीजन से कोई रिलेशनशिप नहीं है. इट्स सो किसी भी रिलीजन का पर्सन ये प्रेयर बहुत आसानी से कर सकता है. इनफैक्ट कई सारे कंट्रीज में कई सारे रिलीजन के लोग ग्रेट इन्वोकेशन हर दिन प्रैक्टिस करते हैं. सो वन ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ प्रैक्टिसिंग ग्रेट इन्वोकेशन इज इट ब्रिंग्स डाउन सम एनर्जीज या स्पिरिचुअल एनर्जीज जिसके माध्यम से हमारे अंदर में बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, एक सेंस ऑफ पीस एंड सेंस ऑफ पावर आता है जिससे कि इस सेशन में हमें काफी हेल्प मिल सकती है. सो बिफोर वी मूव फॉरवर्ड लेट अस बिगिन विद द प्रेयर. सो फॉर द ग्रेट इन्वोकेशन, जो लोग नए हैं, ऑल यू नीड टू डू इज जस्ट इमेजिन द अर्थ, पृथ्वी को सामने छोटे से एक बॉल के रूप में इमेजिन करेंगे, लाइक अ पिंग पोंग बॉल या स्मॉल गोल्फ बॉल. एंड देन उसके बाद में अपने हाथों को इस तरह से ब्लेसिंग के पोजीशन में रखेंगे, फेसिंग आउटवर्ड, एंड वी विल से रिपीट दिस प्रेयर एट लीस्ट वन टाइम. एक्चुअली आज फुल मून डे है, सो मे बी वी शुड रिपीट इट 3 times. व्हाट डू यू से? या सो जस्ट क्लोज योर आईज. लेट्स चैंट ओम 3 times. Before we say the prayer, it is better to chant the mantra Om. So let's chant together. Om. 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 The great invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being on earth. Let light descend on earth. Now visualize light spreading to all parts of earth, going into the minds of all men and women from all creeds, cultures, bringing light to their mind, to their understanding, elevating or raising their consciousness. Om. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love descend on earth. May the great messenger of God returns to earth. Now visualize that a certain energy of love radiates through your heart and through your hands to the entire earth, reaching out to the hearts of all people on earth, visualizing them as glowing suns. Visualize them as radiant, smiling, happy, cheerful. Their moods are elevating. Visualize they're becoming happier in their lives. Om. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the wills of every person, every being, the purpose which the holy masters know and serve. Let goodwill and the will to do good descend on earth. Now just visualize that the energy of spiritual will or goodwill is going to all the people on earth. Now, this energy has a certain effect in awakening a sense of duty and service within us. This energy of service and duty will make people move, will make people act to do something that is helpful and kind to other people. Instead of watching other people suffer and doing nothing, this energy has the effect of stimulating a sense of duty and responsibility within us towards our other fellow human beings. Om. From the center, which we call the human race, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light, love, and power restore the divine plan on earth. Let light, love, and power restore the divine plan on earth. Let light, love, and power restore the divine plan on earth. So be it, so be it, so be it. Om. 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 Blessings and blessings be to all. Blessings and blessings be to all. Now just put your hands down. We will practice, or maybe just open your eyes for a moment. Now, today is full moon day, the full moon of Scorpio. But about the full moon, we will be doing a session later on. आज का जो टॉपिक है या सब्जेक्ट है, इसमें हम लोग साइलेंस या द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ स्टिलनेस पे बात करने वाले हैं. And then based on the discussion, we'll do a short meditation. Now, the best part is that just now, इस session ये जो चल रहा है, we are at the peak of the full moon. So we'll utilize this, beautiful hour or time and these energies by practicing or applying what we will learn in this session. So, what is the meaning, or why do we need to practice internal stillness? Yeah, cultivating in inner silence, right? So, as we discussed yesterday, that one of the objectives of this entire series is to learn how to raise our consciousness in our day-to-day life. And one of the objectives of raising consciousness is creating a communication, establishing a communication with our inner divinity, with our inner spiritual reality, what we also call as our Atma or soul. So, even though we have a soul, or the soul, or our soul is all powerful, all intelligent on its own level, somehow we are not able to listen to the guidance which comes from the soul. Like many people, they talk about intuition, right? कई लोग बोलते हैं कि हमें ये intuition आया, वो intuition आया. Like I shared with you the story. Like Nikola Tesla was able to see the vision of his life. He was able to see जो भी inventions उसको life में बनाने हैं. कई सारे successful जो businessmen हैं या other successful artists हैं, they are able to tune in or tap into their inner reservoir of wisdom and guidance, and उसके जरिए वो दुनिया में काफी सारी beautiful चीजें जो है वो लेके आ पाते हैं. So similarly, each one of us, हम में से हर किसी के पास इस तरह का रिजर्वायर है, या इसका एक और पहलू ये ऐसा है कि हमारी जो सोल है वो यूनिवर्सल जो नॉलेज बैंक है उससे ट्यून इन है या कनेक्टेड है. नाउ थिंक ऑफ दिस टाइप ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन एज वाईफाई कम्युनिकेशन. एंड वाईफाई के कम्युनिकेशन के लिए आपका जो हार्डवेयर है वो प्रॉपरली ट्यून इन होना चाहिए, जिससे कि आप या कंपैटिबल होना चाहिए, जिससे कि जो इंफॉर्मेशन है आप आसानी से डाउनलोड कर पाए, स्पेशली स्टार्टिंग विथ द एबिलिटी टू नो द सॉल्यूशंस टू योर प्रॉब्लम। हमारे लाइफ के जो भी चैलेंजेस है या प्रॉब्लम्स है उसका सोल्यूशन, बिकॉज वी कैन नॉट डू मच इन द आउटर वर्ल्ड अगर हमारे आसपास ही there is a pile of many challenges or problems. So there are many techniques जिसके जरिए हम ये communication establish कर सकते हैं with our inner divinity or with our soul. Now one of the easiest or one of the most recommended methods of practicing inner stillness is by using mantras, and by practicing breath awareness. So there are two things: practicing of mantra and practicing of breath awareness. So think of chanting of a mantra and chanting of and also being aware of your breath as riding a elevator. या elevator में आप एक ग्राउंड फ्लोर से एक हायर फ्लोर तक पहुंचना चाहते हैं. So simple breath awareness and chanting of a certain mantra will help us, raise our consciousness to a certain zone or a certain plane जहाँ पे हम ये communication establish कर सकते हैं with our soul, जिसका benefit ये है that you can tap into the reservoir of, infinite knowledge, infinite wisdom, and especially what you really want in life. In terms of guidance, in terms of knowledge, दुनिया में बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जानने के लिए, समझने के लिए, but more importantly, what do you really want? That is more important, क्योंकि आपकी destiny और दूसरे किसी व्यक्ति की destiny can be completely different. True or not true? So in this session, we will chant the most commonly known and most powerful mantra. We'll chant 3 mantras actually. So it's actually one and the same thing, but different religions में इसे different ways से use किया जाता है. So like for example, in Hinduism, in Hindu culture, we talk about the mantra Om. So Om mantra, again, before we go to the chanting of mantras, I want to tell you that instead of focusing on कि मंत्र क्या है, उसका सिग्निफिकेंस या उसका फंक्शन क्या है, ये समझना जरूरी है. किसी भी मंत्र का one of the main objective, I mean, I will not say that every mantra have same objectives. Some mantras have certain different effects in our consciousness, but one of the main functions is to help pull our consciousness to higher planes of existence या higher planes of consciousness. Now think of this in terms of vibrations या frequency. जो visible physical world है हमारे आसपास में, उसका जो vibration है, this is like the grossest vibration. यानी यहाँ के जो sounds है, इससे हम आसानी से tune in हो पाते हैं. अगर आपके आसपास में कुछ चल रहा है, you become aware of it because it is loud. But science talks about sound frequencies जो human hearing capacity के below भी है और above भी है. Something which we have not trained ourselves to hear, जिसको सुनने की हमारे अंदर में अभी तक ट्रेनिंग नहीं है. So how can we train ourselves to tune into the higher frequencies या higher frequency sounds जिसका कनेक्शन हमारे सोल से है, या जिसका कनेक्शन टैपिंग इनटू द हायर रिजर्वॉयर ऑफ विजडम या नॉलेज से है. सो वन ऑफ द वेज टू डू दिस इज टू प्रैक्टिस द चैंटिंग ऑफ द मंत्रा एंड देन चैंटिंग ब्रेथ अवेयरनेस. ऐसा करने से हमारी कॉन्शियसनेस जो है धीरे धीरे स्टेप बाय स्टेप, एज इफ यू आर वॉकिंग, एज इफ यू आर क्लाइंबिंग अ लैडर, ऊपर ऊपर रेज होते जाती. नाउ देयर इज वन मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट. जब भी हम अपने कॉन्शियसनेस को एलिवेट करने की कोशिश करते हैं, so that you can experience some inner guidance, yeah, inner peace. At the same time, you can experience development of your intuition. So the first thing is you have to chant the mantra, but more important is to also be aware of the silence between the chanting of the mantra. It means if you're chanting the mantra 5 times, 7 times, 10 times, or whatever number of times, you have to learn to be aware of the silence between the two chantings. Now, why is silence so important? Excuse me. Silence actually is like, think of you want to go to a certain floor, और उस फ्लोर पे जाने के लिए आपने लिफ्ट में एंटर किया, आपने बटन दबाया, and you are going like floor number 1, floor number 2, floor number 3, and floor number 6 is the floor where you want to really get out of the lift. So letting go or being aware of the silence is leaving the lift. And generally, if you want to go to to floor number, let's say 108, so is process में, because we are beginners, how does this work? या ये चीज कैसे काम करती है, I would like to explain. So when you chant the mantra, or let's say chant the mantra Om. So first time you chanted, it's like आपने excuse me, sorry, some सोचिए कि इसका एक और दूसरा एग्जांपल देता हूं मैं. अगर आप इंडिया में रहते हैं, एंड इफ यू हैव बीन टू मुंबई, and if you travel by local, sometime you have to change the train. अगर आप let's say CST से डोंबिवली तक जाना चाहते हैं, sometime there is no direct train. So एक ट्रेन जो है आपको let's say 3 kilometers तक पहुंचाएगी, उसके बाद में you have to get out and then you have to sit on another train जो दूसरे लाइन पे चलती है, and then you get up into the train. फिर वहां से few kilometers the train will ride you, then you get down and take another local train. It is just like that. So every time you chant the mantra Om, it's like you're getting into the train, and after that when you practice stillness for a few moments, it's like you have let go of the train, क्योंकि उसने आपको एक पड़ाव तक या डेस्टिनेशन तक पहुंचा दी है. But then इससे और आगे जाना है, then you chant again. So letting go or practicing stillness is like getting out of the train. Now, if you keep chanting the mantra and you do not emphasize the importance of letting, getting out of the train, then you will always be in the train. It means आपका attention पूरा train और उसकी journey पे होगा, but not where you want to reach. Do you think it makes sense? So I think it's a better example I don't have at the moment, but this is what mantras do, one of the effects. So it helps gradually elevate your consciousness, let's say floor by floor. So if you want to reach to floor number 5 or floor number 7, then you have to take 7 trains or chant the mantra 7 times. But every time you have to get on one floor, take another lift, then raise your awareness even higher. And when you really experience कि आप एक ऐसे zone में पहुंच चुके हैं जहां पे you have experience सोचिए कि try to understand this in a different terminology. सोचिए कि ground floor पे बहुत सारे लोग हैं, बहुत शोर है. You want to reach to floor number 7 जहां पे there is nobody and there is only light, there is only silence. So floor number 1 से floor number 2 पे आप गए एक level of consciousness पे by the chanting of mantra. When you get to another floor, there are people, but still there is lesser noise. It's like your consciousness has elevated to a next level. Then you get out of the lift, then you took another lift and you raised yourself to another floor by chanting the mantra again. And then you just let go, forget about the lift. And then you try to tune in कि इस floor का माहौल कैसा है. Still there is some noise, then you go up. So ऐसा करते करते एक point आएगा where you realize now there is no thoughts, there is no noise. there's no disturbance in your background, and then that is the time when you have to completely let go of the lift. Are you getting the point? And then what do? You wait for the information जिसके लिए आप वहां तक पहुंचे थे. सोचिए डोंबिवली से सीएसटी तक आपने ट्रैवल किया, एंड सीएसटी में आपको कुछ तो भी वैल्यूएबल मिलने वाला है उस स्टेशन से बाहर निकलने के बाद. एट अ सर्टेन पॉइंट या एट अ सर्टेन डेस्टिनेशन, एंड यू गो एंड यू वेट देयर फॉर द गिफ्ट टू कम, या जो भी चीज आपको मिलने वाली है, in order to receive it, you have to wait. So when you reach there, forget about the lift, forget about the floors, forget about everything, just wait. So if you're able to achieve this, maybe initially you will be able to maintain that state for a few seconds or maybe few minutes. Gradually we have to learn to do this for a longer period of times, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You should be able to stay there. Now what happens is, जब आपका brain higher frequency पे vibrate करता है, it's like the frequency of your brain should be equivalent to the frequency of that plane, या उस फ्लोर की फ्रीक्वेंसी से मैच करना चाहिए. जब ऐसा हो गया, इट मींस इंफॉर्मेशन उस प्लेन से, स्पेशली जो आपके लिए रेलेवेंट है, इट विल स्टार्ट टू फ्लो इन योर कॉन्शियसनेस, या आपके ब्रेन में ग्रेजुअली रजिस्टर होना शुरू हो जाएगी. नाउ इट विल नॉट रजिस्टर मे बी इमीडिएटली, बिकॉज हमारे ब्रेन जो है या हमारा जो फिजिकल इक्विपमेंट है, दिस इज स्टिल उसकी टेक्नोलॉजी अभी भी पुरानी है. In order to upgrade it and upgrade the brain cells, which are the receptors of information, you need to practice this every day. Maybe 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but not more than that. So when you chant it and the mantra and then practice stillness, some form of information from the higher planes, especially if there is a question in your mind, think of your question before you do this, and then forget about your question. And then you do this, the chanting, let your consciousness raise higher, be aware of that elevated state, try to practice silence or stillness without any expectation. You will receive the information which you have asked for, and then just let go. After you have let go for maybe 2-3 minutes, then slowly what you do is move your hands and your feet. अपने हाथों को और पैरों को हिलाइए. This is the way through which you are pulling down your consciousness from the 7th floor down to the ground floor, returning to your normal waking consciousness. Is this clear? यहाँ तक सबको समझ में आया? And then after that, if you feel ऐसा करने के बाद में, sometime you may feel heaviness. अगर आपको feel होता है आपके शरीर में, you have to do some stretching, jumping, exercising. And what you can do is just tap everywhere very rigorously. Massage your entire head, your neck, your whole body, and then jump and shake at least for 2-3 minutes. Because if you're going to do this meditation every day, और अगर आपका बॉडी में एनर्जी जो है इस मेडिटेशन से काफी ज्यादा आ जाती है, sometime you may have congestion. So I'm just giving this warning as well, that you have to ensure that you exercise properly if you want to pursue or practice this kind of techniques on a daily basis. But one of the benefits in the long run, if you are able to practice this internal stillness or silence, is you will start to develop intuition or cultivate intuition. And intuition is simply what it means is you are able to tap into the higher reservoir of wisdom, spiritual wisdom, which means, it can be solutions to any of your life's problems. And then being able to download it to the physical waking consciousness and being able to register it. Now, ये जो registration है, sometimes it will happen after 24 hours. Sometime the information will register after few days, sometimes after a few weeks. Why? Because between the ground floor, जहाँ पे आपका physical brain है, and 7th floor, there are 6 floors. So 6 या 5 floors जो बीच के हैं, उनके अपने अपने vibrations या inner frequencies है. अभी आपका brain is conditioned to only function at this level. But as you keep practicing going up and down from where you are to the higher states of consciousness, there will be a connection which will start to form. एक bridge या connection form होना शुरू होगा, and maybe after a few months of practice, the connection will be more and more, it will become more and more permanent. And it will be much, much easier for you to register the information much, much faster. इसका मतलब ये है that whatever information comes, you will come to know कि आपने क्या experience किया. इसलिए कई बार, one of the problems is, कई बार लोग they meditate for days, months and years. They do not register anything. They do not have any memory of what happened during their meditation. Sometimes they would see only blank, blackness or just blank. They go blank, but that's it. And even their consciousness will not leave the body. शरीर से वो बाहर out of body experience ले ही नहीं पाते. So we have to train our brain, nervous system and our body to gradually be able to tap into the higher frequencies, और उसके जरिए जो energy आ रही है उसको register कर सके, information जो आ रही है, because this is the way of communication with the divine, with the spiritual worlds or higher worlds. Are we communicating? So without wasting further time, what we are going to do here in terms of practice, because theoretically I've explained. So we will chant the mantra Om. Now, every floor, if you want to reach to, let's say, floor number 4 or floor number 5, as I told you, every floor has a frequency. So उस frequency में पहुंचने के लिए या उसके beyond जाने के लिए, there is a way. So let's say you want to raise beyond the physical frequency, the best way is to chant the mantra Om verbally. Is this clear? And then after that, if you want to raise your awareness even higher, then you chant the mantra Om, or you whisper the mantra Om. आपके जो lips हैं उस time पे move होंगे, but there will be no sound. So 3 times we'll chant it loud, then 3 times we will chant it or whisper it. Then आपको feel होगा आपकी consciousness एक point के above rise हुई है. But if you want to take it even further, the last 3 Om that we will chant before we just let go of the lift is just a symbol. Remember, is we will mentally try to chant the mantra Om 3 times. Is this clear? यहाँ तक सबको clear है? So 3 times verbally, 3 times we'll whisper, and 3 times we will chant it in our mind. And then after the 9th time you chant the mantra Om, it's like you're coming out of the lift and then you just let go. So letting go again means you are out of the lift and there, let's say there is a sofa or a couch. You go and sit there and just wait and wait for maybe जितना देर आप silently wait कर सकते हैं. So in this period of waiting, what is happening is your brain cells are registering subtle spiritual experiences जो शायद आपको आज समझ में ना आए, but eventually in some time you will start to register them, और आपको कई सारी चीजों का आंसर मिलने लगेगा connected to whatever answers you are seeking in life. So I think this is the simplest way I can explain to you about how to cultivate internal stillness. There are many, many techniques and there are many mantras also, but we will start with something which is very, very simple. Now, if you belong to a different culture than Hindu culture, or you do not resonate with the word Om, In such case, you can use the one mantra. Let's say if you are a Christian, you can use the mantra Amen. Or if you are a Muslim, you can use the mantra Amin. So it doesn't matter uh, which version do you chant. All are powerful. Om, Amin, Amen. You can use. Now, so shall we do the practice? Because the session is short and concise. We want to take also the benefit of the full moon, because the full moon is the best time to do spiritual contact. So are you excited? Yes? I hope that discussion was helpful. You are able to understand what I'm trying to say here. All right. Now इस पूरे प्रोसेस में हो सके तो अपनी स्पाइन इरेक्ट रखिए, सीधा रखिए. डू नॉट लीन बैक on the chair as we chant the mantra Om. And remember, more important is getting out of the lift. Remember the lift or the train. So you get in one train, you get out, wait for the other train to come, then you get into another train, then you get out. Remember this example. It will make the lesson easy. So we'll chant Om verbally 3 times. And the way to chant Om is you stretch the word O. Om. Keep the M short, but you stretch the word O. That's how it is chanted. Close your eyes, inhale and exhale slowly. Take a deep breath. Let's start. Oh. Be aware of the silence within you. This is just like getting out of the train. Again. Oh. Be aware of the silence within you. This is like getting out of the train. You'll notice or feel that your consciousness is being elevated. Now to elevate it further, we will whisper the mantra Om 3 times. Let go. Again. Third time. Let go. Now the next 3 ohms will be silent. You chant it, but in your mind, this will help you elevate further to the next level or next floor in your consciousness. And between the 2 ohms, make sure you practice silence. Let's begin. Just let go. Second time. Let go. Last time. Just let go. Let go of the lift or the train, which is your mantra. You have now come to a place where you will allow your mind, your brain to receive subtle spiritual impressions or information. Just be in a receiving, receptive state. Do not try to visualize or imagine anything. Just try to be aware of your breath and the silence within you. very slowly and gently move your fingers, move your feet, move your toes. Allow your consciousness to slowly return to your body. Very slowly, gently, you can open your eyes. Now, if some of you feel heaviness or around your head, so maybe massage your scalp, your eyes, your face, gently tap your head, your neck, throat, gently tap your shoulders and arms, gently tap your chest, your back. Now, after the session, I would recommend that you please get up and do some stretching or jumping, whatever you can do. So, how was your meditation? How was the session? Were you able to feel that as we go deeper and deeper through chanting and proper breath awareness, your consciousness is elevated, and after a point, there is like complete silence, complete stillness. And then in that state, you just be in a receptive state. Yeah. Observe your silence, observe the breath. That's the practice जो आप रोज कर सकते हैं at least one time या 2 times a day. If you keep doing this, you will experience development of your intuition. Is this clear? So, जहाँ भी आपको थोड़ा समय मिले, like if you have nothing else to do and you want to develop your intuition or maybe achieve more peace internally, you practice it. But it's very easy, Is it difficult or easy? So, on this note, I would leave all of you to, enjoy the stillness which you have achieved from the session. And we will see you tomorrow with a new topic. Again, every discussion will be around how can we raise our consciousness. Sometime we will do a meditation practice. Sometime there will be a spiritual discussion. So aaj, because full moon day tha, the best thing we can discuss is about silence. It's about how to practically elevate our consciousness. Feel free to share, feel free to share your feedbacks group pe bhi, or you can leave some of the feedbacks on YouTube or my Facebook page, and feel free to subscribe on both the channels so that you are notified for further such programs या आगे के आने वाले sessions के बारे में. So on this note, let us conclude the session. We will see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.